Hey everyone, my name is Karen Cravato, shoe designer, artist, and storyteller. Now, before I get to delve into one of my favorite subjects of all time, science fiction, and the likes of Barbarella, Lieutenant Uhura, and so many more, I need to lay the foundation and talk about go-go boots. And the reason I need to talk about go-go boots is because all of the science fiction television and movies and the characters therein that I'm going to be speaking about in the near future, they're all wearing go-go boots, and it's of historical significance. So here on Shoe Mind, you know I'm always going to set the historical context around this go-go boot explosion. We need to mention the space race. Now, in 1957, Russia sent the satellite Sputnik. It orbited the Earth, and that catapulted this, this Cold War space race with the United States, who then subsequently created NASA in 1958. It's of importance that I note that in 1960 the first birth control pill was made to the American female population. This is just something that I want to put in here right now because I need to talk about that to tie it into the go-go boots a little bit later. The space age greatly influenced designers, and the designer that I want to talk about today is André Courrèges. Now, he's attributed with designing the very first go-go boot in 1964. 1964 is a pivotal point for this sort of space age, futuristic, minimal, geometric style fashion. Courrèges ushered this in. It started off in the world of high fashion and then trickled down into the mainstream market where you would see everybody on the street wearing them. Calling them go-go boots, I always thought that was a sort of an interesting choice of a word or a phrase. And actually, go-go boots comes from a French phrase, à gogo, or sometimes they would say in slango, which would translate to something like abundance, galore, joy. And it's not entirely clear in the research that I did of how this particular boot, why is it then attributed with this phrase, a go-go? Is it because of the style of dance that people were doing while they were wearing these boots? That could probably be the case. It was a very free sort of movement design, a very free movement dancing, and it really wasn't partner dancing. This was something that was very revolutionary and a sign basically of youth culture and what became the sexual revolution. That's why I mentioned the birth control pill that was made available to American women in 1960. So 1960, 1964, we have the go-go boot. So I'm making these connections through this time period so that there's this through thread that's understood as to the significance of the go-go boot and actually how iconic it is and how symbolic it is towards forward movement in American culture and global culture. There were American television shows like Shindig and Hullabaloo, where you would have teenagers dancing to the latest popular music. But then we would have go-go dancers, which was more of like adult themes, where they would be women who were wearing these go-go boots, that they would be in clubs, on pedestals, dancing alone, for the pleasure and entertainment of the viewers of people in the discotheque itself or the club itself. There was a sexual allure to the go-go boots as well when they were worn in these particular kinds of clubs where you would have women dancing almost like they were decorations. To close out this discussion about go-go boots by mentioning the very iconic song of 1966, "These Boots Are Made for Walking" by Nancy Sinatra. Now, if you've seen the album cover, or if you've seen any television footage of her performing this song, yes, she's wearing go-go boots and her backup dancers are wearing go-go boots. And basically, this is like the apex and the love song to go-go boots, because the song is about a woman who's no longer going to be a doormat for her lying, cheating lover. And now, you know what? Maybe she's just going to walk all over him. Doom, 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 doom. So I want to do a recap here. We have science, as in space exploration, scientific invention, as in the birth control pill. Then we have design or art, as far as the go-go boots are concerned. These two things, science and art, they're moving the culture forward. And I'm so excited to delve into the future episodes that I have about science fiction turn into science fact that talks about the future and how we are going to live long and prosper. Until then, everybody.